I'm a perfect beauty and I don't care what you say. Ain't no bras, perfume or makeup gonna make me that way. She said I'm just gonna be me. She said I'm a perfect beauty.
Do you ever look at someone and think you know everything about them? How they grew up, who they're friends with, and where they hang out? The funny thing about eating disorders is they don't just affect one kind of person. Whether you're rich, poor, black, white, male, or female, an eating disorder can affect us all. How many people do you pass a day who might have this disease, who might be quietly killing themselves? Your sister? The guy in the coffee shop? The coworker who doesn't say much? These are the stories of 5 women with eating disorders. They agreed to share their stories with you so you can get an inside look at this disease and maybe save someone's life.
My name is Kimmy.
My name is Brooke.
My name is Lindsay.
My name is Sarah.
My name is Jen.
Rewrite Beautiful is a revolution to redefine beauty as an action. Beautiful actually has nothing to do with the way you look. Beauty is found in your actions of creativity, kindness, and strength displayed in your community. Our vision is to see each and every girl say, I'm beautiful because I know I'm creative, kind, and strong. I don't care what you think of my body because I know I'm beautiful in a way that can never be changed. Creative plus kind plus strong equals beautiful.
Hi guys. And she started something really cool. She started her own nonprofit called Rewrite Beautiful. And do you want to tell us, our users, what it is and how you got started and all that?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, by the way.
No problem.
Rewrite Beautiful is a nonprofit that changes how girls see beauty in themselves. From the superficial to the concrete. We go into schools and we educate about what eating disorders are and also change how girls see beauty in themselves. For me, I had an eating disorder starting when I was about 5 years old. I was a compulsive overeater, and then that carried me through the beginning of high school. And when I was in high school, I started in my actually, it was until I was a senior in high school, I started anorexia, and that was a full-fledged 8 years of anorexia, bulimia, and compulsive overeating. Just from, because eating disorders are cyclical, you can start with one and you'll bounce to another. And so you can bounce between all 3 for years and years at a time. A lot of times we'll see people who yo-yo diet. They'll be really thin and then gain weight, and then be thin and gain weight. And it's really hard on the body, psychologically, physically, mentally, emotionally. So for me, I bounced between all of them, and it wasn't until a lot later in my life where I started losing things. I was losing my job, I was losing my friends, I was losing my home. What a lot of people don't know about eating disorders is they're like an addiction, like drugs and alcohol. You can lose your whole life. It can destroy your life. It can destroy your body. And that's completely what happened to me, and and really it was sink or swim for me. As they say in the recovery world, I hit my bottom, and I knew that either I was gonna die in this or I needed to get back. Like drugs and alcohol, about the addiction part of it that people like, in that they get a numbing feeling. When you are drinking and you get drunk, you don't feel anymore. When you're doing drugs, you don't think about your insecurity, your anxiety, your depression you may have. And because of that, it allows you to numb out. It allows you some peace in your life. And whether in eating disorders, whether you're in the anorexic bulimic stage of restricting calories, or if you're in the compulsive overeating stage of overeating, you are numbing yourself out. When you're numbing yourself with sugary foods and overindulging and planning your next binge, you don't have to think about your depression or the things that are giving you anxiety. when you're restricting calories and over-exercising and plotting, your next diet, you don't have to think about your family issues, your relationship issues, your insecurity, your self-worth. So it's really a mechanism for coping with life. And in a way, eating disorders serve a purpose, and they're a survival mechanism because people can't handle the emotions and the feelings and the depression and anxiety they're having. So they come up with a coping mechanism. Room for improvement, I would say. I think I was good enough. I didn't think I was attractive. I didn't think I was thin enough or worthy. I mean, I picked on myself completely. When I was compulsively overeating, I was angry at myself. I didn't like myself either. I think I had a misinterpretation of what was beautiful and what was on who I was, I think. I would wake up super early. I'd make sure I went and exercised and ran 10 miles before I started my day. Then I would figure out what I was going to eat and not eat for the day. I would have I remember I would have a coffee in the morning and a power bar in the afternoon and not eat for the rest of the day when I was anorexic. And the day consisted of being really scared. It's having an eating disorder is like having an awful best friend in your head. So thinking about what I ate, what I didn't eat, if I was hungry, if people asked me to go to lunch with them, I would have to figure out a lie to get out of it. Angry, I would say. I was very, very angry and really cold a lot of the time. And that was the anorexic side of it. When I was compulsively overeating, it was about getting food at any state. The best way to describe it was chaos. There was constant chaos and trying to cover it up and make it look like there wasn't chaos going on. It's kind of like living two lives. People noticed, but they didn't. It was hard for them to say anything. So people would say, "Irvina, you need to eat. It's good for you. You need vitamins." But they would always do it very subtly. I remember one time my family had an intervention with me and I just blew them off and screamed at them. I think people would say things, but I think people were really scared to say things. And that's why I think it's a taboo subject and something that a lot of people are very uneducated about. And that's why Rewrite Beautiful exists, because we educate people that if someone has an eating disorder, to be blunt with them, to be bold with them and say, hey, this is a deadly disease. I think you need to get some help and I'll go with you. If you need to go to counseling, if you need to go to a dietitian, I'll help you get back on track. That eating disorders don't work. That's the number one thing I would say. An eating disorder, it's like I said, it's like a friend in your head that is telling you, well, if you're thin enough, then you will, get the boyfriend you want and the husband you want and the kids you want and the job you want and your friends will be nicer to you and you'll get better grades. And that's just not so. If you're struggling with compulsive overeating, the voice in your head is telling you, if you just overeat this and indulge in this, then your body will numb out and you won't feel your pain and your anxiety. The problem is that eating disorders are a symptom of a much bigger problem. They're symptoms of depression, of anxiety, of low self-esteem. And it doesn't matter how thin you are or as much as you eat, you're still gonna feel that way when you get off the diet, when you stop eating. You're always gonna be there with yourself. So the number one thing you need to do if you're struggling with this is go find a counselor. Go find somebody, a therapist and professional help and somebody to help you see, why are you dieting? Why are you overeating? Why are you purging? And there's deeper reasons to that. And I did the hard work and had to find those answers within myself, and they were not pretty. They were very, I've had a lot of pain and painful experiences in my life that I had to work through and realize why I do the things I do. But I'm a better person for it. I'm a stronger person for it. And I'll tell you that I like myself. I think I'm a rad person. If I met myself and if I met myself, I would want to be my friend. And I couldn't say that when I was in my eating disorder. I could never say that. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like my personality. I didn't like who I was. And it showed. And today I like my personality. I like who I am. I like how I look. and I'm confident in that. And the cool thing is that I also don't have a worth on my body. I have a worth on who I am, because I know that, like I've heard you say, Daisy, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you know that I know what I look like when I don't have makeup on. I know what I look like when my hair isn't done, and I'm in my painting clothes and not wearing cute clothes. I know what that is. But the truth of the matter is that's not who I am. That's not my worth. Like, it's really fun to get all dressed up. It's really fun to look cute. It's really nice when boys hit on me. But the truth is that isn't, when I go to bed at night, that isn't what I think about. What I think about is, do I like myself? Do I really value myself? And the truth is, I do. So if you took it all away from me, I would still like myself, because I know who I am is a lot more than how much I weigh, or if someone finds me attractive. The best way to approach a friend who has an eating disorder is to, first of all, to tell them how much you love them. To tell them, I love you so much, and this is really difficult. I think true friends are people who love you through thick and thin. And the truth of the matter is a true friend will have a hard conversation with you. A true friend will say, hey, this makes me really uncomfortable to talk to you about, but I love you so much that I'm willing to have an uncomfortable conversation. And the truth of the matter is I think that what you're doing to your body isn't healthy. It isn't safe. And tell them what you're seeing. Say, over-exercising isn't healthy. Dieting that much isn't healthy. Overeating like that isn't healthy. There's something going on, and I want to help you. Whether you need to go see a counselor, a nutritionist, a therapist, I'll do it with you. I'll go with you, and I just want you to know that I love you and I don't want you to die. Because the truth of the matter is that eating disorders are the most deadly of all mental illnesses. People either die of heart attacks or suicide. And it's the most deadly of illnesses for women between the ages of 12 and 25. I know one girl who is a beautiful actionista at one of our college campuses, and she has 3 friends who have died from eating disorders, and she's only 22. So it's real, it happens, people aren't talking about it, but if you let it go, if you don't be a friend and just don't say anything because it's too awkward, that person might die, and that's the reality. I personally know people who died from this also. And people don't talk about it because nobody wants to admit that somebody died over, not being able to feed themselves or overeating. And it's a sad state of where the world is right now, but you are a better friend by having that awkward conversation, because that awkward conversation could really save someone's life.
So I think your story is really amazing, and it's so great how you went through all this pain and this really low point and picked yourself back up and now are doing something great. So can you tell my audience what you're doing and what Rewrite Beautiful is and how they can get involved?
Yes. So Rewrite Beautiful changes how girls see beauty in themselves through education and prevention. So we go on to junior high, high school, and college campuses, and we do a school program where we educate on eating disorders. We have a photo documentary that shows the stories of 5 women with eating disorders, and then we open it up for question and answers. So people can ask us any questions, we answer them. And then the other half is we change how people see beauty in themselves.
That's what I love, change how people see beauty, because it's not just that Barbie doll image, right, that we were so accustomed to.
Yeah, so we change it into what we help people find what makes them creative, kind, and strong. And then following that, we have a beautiful action club on college campuses. So we have them nationwide right now, and anybody can start one if you are on a college campus and want to start a beautiful action club. It's rad. What we do is people in the clubs, they continue to spread awareness on campus. They talk about eating disorders, and they also do fundraising for Rewrite Beautiful. And all the money that's fundraised goes back to our school programs, our clubs, and our street art workshop we have every year, and an art show.
Cool, and I'll put some images of the art show here, hopefully.
Awesome.
If you want to see it. So I saw on your site that you sell some great merchandise supporting Rewrite Beautiful. Can you tell my audience what it is?
We have really cool Rewrite Beautiful signature t-shirts. They say Rewrite Beautiful, and they're backwards, so you see what it says in the mirror. It's mirror image.
That's really cool.
So it's a reminder that the world may not see beauty the way we see it, but it starts with us. We see beauty a certain way, and we have to remember that that's the most important thing, is the way I see beauty. And we also have really cool wristbands that say creative, kind, strong equals beautiful. And we have really cute little girls' dresses. If you have a cousin or a niece or a little sister, they're really cute. They say, beauty, kindness is my beauty secret. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having Rewrite Beautiful and featuring us. And thank you, all of you ladies, for watching and learning more. And come to the Rewrite Beautiful site. We have really cool free stuff on there. There's beauty cards. You can send a free beauty card to a friend telling her what makes her truly beautiful. And you can post it on her Twitter page or Facebook or Instagram. And then we also have Get Up cards, which is kind of like a testament of saying what you truly believe is beautiful about yourself.
Cool, so go check those out.